And this week, we are revisiting a topic we sort of skipped a bit, and this is the question of selling your business when it comes to product development. And joining me right now, we have in studio Jeff Njau. Many thanks for making time for us.
All right. Asante sana.
Karibu
for
sana.
having me.
All right. And Jeff, selling looks like a very simple concept to any entrepreneur.
Yeah.
You have already developed your product. Now you want to pitch your product out there, or you want to market your product. How do you go about this critical stage?
All right. Selling is key. Selling is key. The first thing that people buy before they even buy your product is you. You're the first person they buy. Mm-hmm. So if you are having this product, and you can choose the name of the product, you are selling insurance, you are selling a bank account, you're selling different kinds of services, you're selling maybe you're a moving company and you want someone to move with you. The first person they buy is you. So you need to package yourself properly. Mm-hmm. Before you sell to me, you have to look as if you have bought your product.
Sure.
So package yourself properly. If you look the part, then it makes it easy. Actually, 56% of the purchase decision is made purely from face value. Mm-hmm. And the worst thing, Abby, is that it's not even about the product.
Yes.
It's about the person selling. Mm-hmm. So how are you dressed? How do you look? Is your shirt frayed at the collar? How are your shoes? Are they well kempt? If you're a lady, how is your hair? Is it looking good? Do you look as if the money that you will get from buying, you will go to the salon, mm-hmm. or you will reinvest? So the first person is audit yourself as a person who is selling. And I speak this because I do a lot of training for salespeople. And I tell the company, not just the CEO, even the salespeople that you have, yes, the team, they have to look the part. The companies have to invest in them looking the part, because the first person that is bought is them. 56% is them. That's the first thing. How do you look? The second thing, and you see, we've not even touched the product. The second thing is, what do you say? What do you say? That's what we call hearing aids. The things that you say when you're selling are extremely, extremely key. Remember, every time you have an opportunity to sell your product, whether or not it's been called so, it is an interview. The person you're selling to is interviewing your prowess on the understanding of that product. So if you're in the space of catering, you need to be talking about my food is healthy. If you're in the space of Njoro, who is a car wash guy, you need to be talking about the fact that his car wash design or methods will take care of the car, will not damage the car. There will no scratches that will be left. You need to know as you're selling that it's an interview, that the person you're selling to wants to hear certain things. Yes. They want to hear of quality. They want to hear of sustainability. They want to hear about price. Yes. They want to hear. So you need to always say the right things. That's the second thing that you always ensure. Then the third item is conversations to do with the product itself. By the way, 56% speaks around how you look, your presentation. And that's why you always, teams out there, you need to invest in how you look. You need to invest in that. Second is what you say.
You're addressed by how you dress.
Yes, you're addressed by how you dress. If you're coming to me, you're selling to me a solution worth hundreds of millions or worth X amount of money, but you look as if your shoe is torn somewhere, unfortunately, and this is sad because it has nothing to do with the product, someone will be like, si kwanza atengeneze kiatu before they sell to me the product. You see?
Perception.
It messes up your perception. So what you say takes 30% of the buy decision. The last thing is the product. The product has to be good.
Sure.
The product has to be good. So you need to ensure that you're actually selling quality. Now, if the product is good and you don't look the part, you don't say the part, but the product is good, you will be able to sell the second time and the third time and the fourth time. But if the product is bad, even if you've dressed well, even if you've said the right things, and the product is pathetic, then you can rest assured you will not sell the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth time. So those are some of the key things that we can start talking about when it comes to selling.
All right. And talk to us about, Jeff, now that we've been able to get into that boardroom, we've actually dressed up our part.
Yes.
We've been able to speak the right things. And there's that gap that usually exists where after you've made your presentation, there's still some uncertainty in people buying into your idea that you've been selling.
Yeah.
How do you perhaps discern and know whether out of that presentation you have the deal or not?
All right, fantastic question. And that's something that many a times, especially people who have not sold before, they always ask us question. How do you know? How do you get to crack that ice to ensure that this guy has bought? The first thing that you do before you make a lot of moves is that you have to speak to the issue of relatability. If I'm coming to sell to you a product, I need to relate to you as Abby. Let's say I am selling to you, give me a product that you want us to have conversation about. Let's say
we are selling watches.
We are selling watches, fantastic. We are selling watches. So if I'm coming to you, I have these nice watches, I have a whole, as you go to sell, you need to always be prepared. If you're selling the watches, you better have the watches. Don't tell someone that the watches are in the store or let them Google them or you give them a website. No. First thing, as you're selling your watches, have them. Have your products ready. As you're pushing sales, you always need to be ready. You always need to be ready to make the strike. You always need to be ready. So that's the first thing, you be ready. The second thing, when I've come to you, I need to relate to you.
Yes.
Over and above the sale. One thing that I always tell, especially people in the insurance sector. The insurance sector, you're in a church, you're in a fundraising, or even you're in a burial. Then they say hi to you, hi, Mr. Abby, how are you? You're well. They don't even know your name. The first thing they tell you is that they are selling insurance, that they have this life policy or they have this
education
policy. You know, they've not asked your name. They have not tried to find out where are you at, you know. So the first thing that I would love to tell anyone is relate. Figure out something that will make you relate with this person. Have conversation with something that has nothing to do with the product you're trying to sell. Have a conversation about hair. Where did you get your haircut? You know, your haircut looks nice. It's like, I like your shoes. Where do you buy your shoes? Give a compliment. You know, if someone has a child, talk about their child. Relate. When you relate, what happens is that the people who you're selling to, they lower their guard. So that's the first thing, relate.
All right.
After you have made an ability to relate, remember, you need to now demonstrate the value of your product. Don't talk about price. Talk about the value. What am I getting from this product? Communicate to the greed of the person you're talking to.
Point well home.
Exactly. Don't try to appeal to their humanity. Appeal to their greed. Tell them that if you buy this watch, I'm telling you, when you come on TV, KTN Business Today, and guys see it on air, you will have, your ratings will go so high that they'll have no choice but to extend KTN Business Today to another 3 hours. You get me? Appeal to your greed. You see, I've appealed to your greed. Now you're thinking about the additional 2 hours. You get me? So you get to appeal to this thing that is with them. You know? Appeal to them from that perspective.
Fantastic.
Number 3, after you have done that,
keep it short. We are running out of time.
We are running out of time.
Yeah.
if it is possible, let someone feel the product. Let them taste the product.
All right.
Even give it to them for something, for some time to be able, for them to be able to feel the value of this product. If you do those things, before you know it, they are the ones who will ask you, what is the price of this product? It is not you. And if they do, checkmate. You will sell.
You are in business.
You're in business.
Many thanks, Jeff. Always a pleasure. And I mean, this topic is quite interesting that I think we need additional time.
We need additional time for
Appreciate
this.
your coming.